What is going on, y'all? Five Sports Talk back at it with another video here to talk about week 11 of the NFL season. Give you guys my picks and predictions as I do every week. So if you're new to the channel, make sure to go ahead and hit that big red subscribe button down below and turn on my post notification so you don't miss out, because I do post my predictions every week, sometimes late, but I get to them. With that being said, let's talk real quick about last week, how I did, and talk about my record so far this season. So last week was the first time in a while that I've had a pretty down week. 7-7, so just right down the middle. And there was a lot of upsets that I did not see happening. You know, New England getting shellacked by the Titans. I don't think anybody saw that happening. You know, the Browns handing it to the Falcons, another upset. The Eagles in a game where everybody thought they would win against their division rival Cowboys. That was a letdown. So certainly a lot of upsets last week, and that's obviously why my record was not as good as it was. But hey, we were hot there for a minute, and let's hope we get back on the winning track this week. So my overall record from last week, if you had the 7-7, because I've been tracking my picks since week 1 of the NFL season, is 89-54-2. So that's 89 wins, 54 losses, and 2 ties that we've had this NFL season. 62% winning percentage, so not too bad. But again, like I said, I want to get to 70-75%. I want to keep at it. So with that being said, let's move towards that. Let me give you guys my picks and predictions for this week, and let's get started. So again, I would have liked to start with the Thursday night game, but again, by the time I recorded this video, the Thursday night game has already been played, and unfortunately, I was not able to get to it. Again, folks, I'm trying my absolute best to be able to get these videos out every single week. Sometimes I'm a little late like this week, but I'm gonna try really hard to get it in earlier next week. With that being said, I would have picked the Packers, so I'm not going to obviously take this as a prediction that I would have gotten right, because honestly, the Packers should not have lost that game. They lost that game because of Mike McCarthy's inability as a coach to challenge a potential catch that wasn't a catch, and then not going for it on fourth and 2, which again just boggles Mike McCarthy. The only good thing about the Packers struggling this season is the fact that he is going to be on the hot seat, if he's already not, and he's potentially going to be let go, which needs to happen. You need to put an innovative offensive head coach around Aaron Rodgers, man. Mike McCarthy is just not cutting it. I'm sorry. With that being said, like I said, I would have picked the Packers to win that game against the Seahawks, so I'll take the L right there. So already off to a bad start, but let's hope this gets better. Let's go to the Sunday games. We'll start with the Dallas Cowboys at the Atlanta Falcons. The line is 3 points in favor of the Falcons. And you know what? Honestly, last week, the Falcons were surprised by the Cleveland Browns, but they were, you know, on the road. And you know what? Like I said, I don't think they took the Browns seriously. This week, being back at home, Matt Ryan, who's playing at an MVP level, I believe he's got like 21 touchdowns to just 5 picks. Julio Jones, I told you, once he gets his first touchdown, it would be an onslaught of touchdowns, and he gets another one. And so I think at home, with the offense on full display and clicking on all cylinders, I think they're going to rebound, and they're going to beat a Cowboys team which is obviously inept on offense. We know that their defense is good, yes, but can they score enough points to keep up with the Atlanta Falcons? I don't think so. So I'm going to go with the Falcons in that one. Let's move on to the Cincinnati Bengals at the Baltimore Ravens. What was that Cincinnati last week against the New Orleans Saints? My God, that was awful. Just an absolutely abysmal showing. Their defense coordinator got fired based off of that performance, as he should have, because that was just mind-bogglingly bad. It just threw off the entire game for every side of the ball, the offense, special teams, and everything else in between. So with that being said, do I think they can rebound this week? I do. Look, the Bengals are still a decent team. They're not as bad as they showed last week. This line is in favor of the Ravens by 4 points. They're at home, but Joe Flacco is doubtful, which means Lamar Jackson, the rookie quarterback, will be making his first NFL start ever. And so if I'm going with a rookie quarterback and I got a team that's above 500 on the other end, I'm probably going to go with the team above 500 on the other end. With that, with giving the Bengals a little bit of respect here. I mean, come on now. Do you really think Lamar Jackson's going to tear apart the Bengals? It certainly could happen. Their defense is not very good, but looking at the fact that they're going to have a new defense coordinator this week, obviously, and the fact that, you know, pride is on the line after what happened last week. I think Andy Dalton can play better. We know this team has played well against the Ravens this season. A.J. Green had 3 touchdowns, so he's not going to be playing in this game. With that being said, I'm going to go with the Bengals just because of the fact that Lamar Jackson is starting for the Ravens. If Joe Flacco is still starting for the Ravens, I probably would have taken the Ravens in this one. So I'm going to take the Bengals there. Let's move on to the Panthers at the Lions. 4.5 is the line in favor of the Panthers. And you know what? The Detroit Lions are an absolute mess. They don't have Marvin Jones this week, I believe. You know, they traded Golden Tate, so it's just Kenny Golladay and what? So the weapons aren't there. The Detroit Lions team is reeling very quickly. They're very inconsistent. I'm going to go with the Panthers in this one, even though they're on the road. You got too many weapons with Cam, Christian McCaffrey, Olsen, Funches, DJ Moore. And so I think they can get the job done. I'm going with the Panthers on the road in that one. Tennessee Titans at the Indianapolis Colts. Both and AFC South teams playing really well. The Tennessee Titans with 2 big wins over the Cowboys and the Patriots. Can they do it against the Colts? I don't believe so. Andrew Luck is playing elite football. The offensive line for the Indianapolis Colts has become elite, and their defense is no longer a joke. So the Colts have turned their entire season around. I'm taking the Colts in this one because they're at home. It's in a dome, so we obviously won't have the weather affect this game. And you take a look at the fact that the Titans secondary is still susceptible here. So I think Andrew Luck, who's an elite quarterback, can pick apart on this secondary. And I think I'm going to go with T.Y. Hilton and company to support Andrew Luck in this one and pull this one out because, like I said, I'm taking Andrew Luck at home over Marcus Mariota, though the Titans are better than we thought. Okay, let's move on to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the New York Football Giants. Finally, the Giants pick up a win. Last week I was wrong, but I'm happy for the Giants that they got a dub, and I think they're going to win again this week. Look, the only reason the Tampa Bay Buccaneers weren't lit up last week by the Redskins for more points is because Alex Smith has a noodle arm, okay? Any other quarterback, they would have ripped apart this Tampa Bay secondary, Tampa Bay defense in general, because they are absolutely atrocious, and that is what Eli Manning should be able to do. I know it's Eli Manning, and he's been god-awful this season, but the past few weeks, he's looked okay. And you got Saquon, you got OBJ, Sterling Shepard, Evan Ingram. You have a ton of weapons. Eli should be able to tear apart this Tampa Bay secondary. And I think they're just going to put up more points than Ryan Fitzpatrick and company. Though Ryan Fitzpatrick will definitely put up some points. So I'm going to go with the Giants in this one, who are favored by 2.5. I'll take the Giants and the points. Let's go with the Houston Texans at the Washington Redskins. Folks, I'm going to hold on to this probably till the end of the season. The Redskins are the worst 6-3 team in the NFL. They're the worst winning team in the NFL. I don't know how they're pulling this off with Alex Smith and company, but I am going to continue to pick against them, and I'm taking the Texans here, even though they are on the road. They are favored by 3. I am telling you, the Redskins are not a good team. I'm taking the Texans in this one just because I do not believe in Alex Smith and the Washington Redskins. Let's move on to the Pittsburgh Steelers at the Jacksonville Jaguars. Boy, have the Jaguar season took a turn for the worse. 5 straight losses. Just absolutely been abysmal. We know now on the Steelers side of things, Le'Veon Bell is done for the season. He's ineligible. He never reported. But hey, they got James Conner, who's been balling out, giving you Le'Veon Bell type of production. And you know what? Jaguars are reeling. And even though they're at home, I'm going to go with the Steelers in this one, who've just been playing good football. And like I said, it's a team that right now doesn't have a lot of morale, doesn't have a lot of confidence. And I think the Steelers, with their high-powered offense, can come in and just pick them apart. And they've got some injuries on their secondary too. Who knows if they're going to play or not. So with that being said, I'm going to take the Pittsburgh Steelers in this one, who are also favored by 3 as well. Take those points. Let's move on to the Oakland Raiders at the Arizona Cardinals. Cardinals are favored by 5.5. I haven't picked the Raiders all season. I certainly will not start now. I'm going to go with the Cardinals in this one. I like Josh Rosen. I like David Johnson. That should be enough to beat the Oakland Raiders, who are awful. I'm not picking the Oakland Raiders. Let's move on. Denver Broncos at the Los Angeles Chargers. The line is -7 in favor of the Chargers, of course, and they are one of the most high-powered teams in the NFL this season. Look, Case Keenum's another guy I don't believe in. He's got a noodle arm as well. I don't know how that... He's still the starting quarterback of that team, but the Broncos are not very good. They traded Demaryius Thomas, clearly in rebuilding mode, with a very, very inept quarterback. So I'm going to go with the Chargers in this one at home. Phillip Rivers, Melvin Gordon, Keenan Allen, Tyrell Williams, Mike Williams. Austin Eckler, they should be able to easily win this one. And who knows if Joey Bosa is back this week, that'll even add more to the Chargers. They should easily win this game. Let's move on to the Philadelphia Eagles at the New Orleans Saints in the Superdome in New Orleans. So the Saints, obviously one of the best teams in the NFL this season, arguably the best team in the NFL this season at home. Really want to pick the Eagles. I honestly do as an upset pick here because the Eagles obviously have a lot of weapons too. We know now with Golden Tate, Alshon Jeffrey, Zach Ertz, Nelson Aguilar, but the Saints at home, Drew Brees, Alvin Kamara, it's just hard, man. It's hard, and you know what? I can't do it. I just can't. I'm gonna go with the Saints in this one. They're favored by 7.5. Drew Brees at home, you just don't pick against him in a dome. But like I said, certainly could this upset happen? Yeah, but I can't do it. I just can't. Let's move on to the Minnesota Vikings at the Chicago Bears. The Sunday night game, my Chicago Bears at home against the Vikings. I did post, another video just on this game. You can go check that out, my complete analysis and who I think is going to win. So obviously I have my pick, and it is the Chicago Bears. And the reason I'm picking the Bears to win this game is they're at home. You know, they've been playing very good football. The Vikings defense we know is not the same that it was a few seasons ago. And this Bears offense is just clicking on all cylinders. But really, for me, taking a look at the fact that this game is being played in Chicago is huge. Because like I said, if it was Minnesota, maybe I would have gone with the Vikings. But the Bears are 6-3, leading the NFC North. Folks, it's time to take them for real, okay? This is a very good football team on both sides of the ball. Khalil Mack is back. Allen Robinson is back. So this team is healthy. They're playing at home. They've got confidence. I'm going with the Bears in this one. And let's finish this out with the... And I probably said this before, but this might be the game of the year. Kansas City Chiefs at the Los Angeles Rams, two of the best offenses, outside of maybe the Saints, in the NFL this season, man. Patrick Mahomes, Tyreek Hill, Jared Goff, Todd Gurley, Kareem Hunt. So much star power in this game. We've got Andy Reid versus Sean McVay, two of the best offensive minds in pro football. I am loving this game, man. I hope this is the game of the year. I hope this is an incredible shootout. The line right now is in favor of the Rams at 3.5. And I'm going to go with the Rams in this one. But, man, it is going to be close. I just want to see a good game. That's it. Honestly, I have no dog in this fight. I'm picking the Rams to win this one. The reason I am is because they are at home, and I do think their offense is a little bit better. And the Kansas City Chiefs defense, when they are not at home, they don't play pretty well. So we take a look at that fact that their defense is not very good away from Arrowhead. And I think the Rams offense, which is a automatic lock to put up 30 points every week, should easily be able to score on this Kansas City defense. So it's just a matter of Patrick Mahomes being able to keep up with the Rams. And I think the Rams will just be able to eke out a victory in this one, though I think it'll be very close. So there you have it, folks, my picks for this week, for week 11 of the NFL season. Let me know if you guys agree or disagree. Leave a comment down below. As always, thanks for watching.